Well, good afternoon. This is Kent Blaylock with SDG Replays coming to you live from Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh on May the 13th, 1979. That would be a Sunday as we were in a set between the Cincinnati Reds visiting the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates are up 2-1 in this series as we go to Game 4 in this set, and both teams are the top of their divisions. Both teams playing well. All the games so far have been exciting and fun to watch. So we're going to be getting into this game today. So let's go ahead and jump in for today. Let's get into this game. So as you can see, I'm going to be playing using the PC replay as my engine, but I am going to actually be rolling the die with Payoff Pitch. So my lighting is a little off. That's the only difficult thing about my upstairs bedroom. I really struggle with lighting. So that's going to be the best. Be rolling the dice. And let's get this game started as we're going to be pitching today for the Pirates. Is going to be John Candelaria. Candelaria on the season in 79 was 14-9 with a 3.22 ERA. Leading off for the Reds will be John Candelaria. As you can see, I've got the dice roll to my right, the in play with the PC replay where I'll be inputting the results down to the bottom left, and then my cards are on the main screen. So let's get to rolling. Coming up to bat for the Cincinnati Reds, Ken Griffey. On this season, he's batting .366 with 19 RBIs. In 79, he batted .316. So he's having a good start to the season. He comes up to bat, Candelaria, with the pitch. That's going to be an in-play 50 for Ken Griffey. That's going to be a ground ball to third base. Phil Garner up with it, over to first for out number 1 for the 5-3 putout. That brings up Junior Kennedy. Kennedy, for this replay, is batting .345 with 3 RBIs. During the season in 79, he batted .273. Here's the pitch from Candelaria. Kennedy stepping in. Again, it's an in play, but this time it's an in play 28 against a lefty. That will be a single by Junior Kennedy, and I'll be turning the fast action cards off screen. That's a grounder up the middle to center field for a 1-out single for Kennedy. Kennedy is a C stiller. My catcher Ott is a 3-arm. They'll have him at normal. I will not be stilling. That's just a house rule I have. You have to be a very good or excellent before I'm going to send you. So that brings up Dave Concepcion. Concepcion in 79 batted .281 with 16 home runs. During our replay, he's batting .346 with 19 RBIs and 3 home runs. Here's the pitch from Candelaria. Concepcion stepping in. That's going to be a defensive check, but I already know it's going to be out because it's a 93. My range checks go up to 68 and my error checks go up to 61. So that's going to be a error check on the third baseman, but Phil Garner will make the play. That roll of 2 will be within the double play range of both. So that will be a 5-4-3 double play to end the top of the inning. And we go to the bottom half scoreless as Omar Moreno steps to the plate. Mike Lacoste doing the pitching for the Reds. On the season, he was 14-8 with a 3.50 ERA. So he got great run support during the season from his teammates as Omar Moreno steps up. Moreno batted .282 with 8 home runs in 1979. In our replay, so far this season, he's batting .290 with 15 RBIs and 2 home runs. Here's the pitch from Lacoste. It's going to be an in play, 27 against the right-hander. That's going to be a single by Omar Moreno. That's going to put Moreno on first as he hit a sharp liner that drops in front of the left fielder for a leadoff single for Moreno. Moreno is a B Stiller, and I believe Johnny Bench is behind the plate. He has a 2-arm, so that's going to be it's going to be difficult stilling on Bench. Yeah, that will be a normal. We will not send Moreno at this time. So a leadoff single will bring up Tim Foley. Tim Foley during the season batted .288 in 79 with a home run. In our replay, he is batting .288 with 6 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Lacoste. That's a patient 64. This will be a fly ball to center field. It'll be a fly ball that will hold Moreno on first, not hit deep enough for the F8 put out for out number 1. That'll bring Dave Parker to the plate. Parker on the season batted .310 with 25 home runs. In our replay, he's batting .350 with 30 RBIs and already 7 home runs. So swinging the ball bat well is Dave Parker. Runner on. Dave Parker steps to the plate. Here's the pitch. That's a patient 18, and he will walk Parker as Parker takes the free pass to first base. That'll bring up John Milner. Milner on the season batted .276 with 16 home runs. In our replay, he's batting .246 with 90 RBIs with 4 home runs. Here's the pitch to Milner. Lacoste toes the rubber. Here's the pitch. That's an in play 9 for Milner. That will be a single by Milner. Milner gets the bat on the ball. He hits a line drive into left field. Runner on first advances 1 base. The runner on second 1 blade. Moreno, with the speed of 8, he will score from second. So we'll advance Marino to second. As the ball is hit into left field, and we have our first run of the game as Dave Parker drives in John Milner drived in the run. As Parker moves to second, Milner at first. We've got 1 out, 2 on. Bill Robinson stepping to the plate. Robinson batting .264 during 79 with 24 home runs. So he's got a little pop in his bat. During this replay, he's batting .261 with 21 RBIs and 9 home runs. So Lacoste is in a little bit of trouble here. That's an in play, 83. That will be too high. That's going to be a ground ball, too short. And they will double them up as they have the 6-4-3 double play to end the rally and hold them to 1 run. So after 1, Pittsburgh leads 1-0. As John Candelaria steps back on the mound, George Foster steps up to the plate. Here's the pitch to Foster. Candelaria, toe in the rubber. Here's the pitch. It's going to be an in play, 63 to George Foster. That's going to be a fly ball to right field. Dave Parker settling underneath it for out number 1 as he squeezes it for the F9 put out. As Foster takes a seat. That'll bring Johnny Bench to the plate. Johnny Bench batted .276 with 22 home runs in 1979. In this replay, he's batting .238 with 13 RBIs and 4 home runs. So he's struggling a little bit from the plate. Here's the pitch to Bench. That's going to be an in play, 3 for Bench. Bench takes it. He takes the offering from Candelaria, and he takes it opposite field shot to be standing safely on second with a 1-out double by Johnny Bench. So Bench safely on second. He's only a run of 5. He ain't going to be going anywhere soon. Arturo De Freitas stepping to the plate. I hope I'm not butchering his name. In 79, he batted .206. In this replay, Arturo is batting .154 with 1 RBI. So he's not strong with the bat. He's in there for his defensive help. Here's a pitch to De Freitas. That's a tough 73. And he strikes him out. That's the first strikeout of the game as Arturo sits down. So 2 outs with a runner on second as Johnny Bench is standing on second, taking a slight lead. Ray Knight steps to the plate. Ray Knight batted .206 in 1979. During this replay, he's batting .154 with 1 RBI. So the bottom half of this lineup is not the best, as here is the pitch from Candelaria. Ray Knight digging in. That's going to be an in play, 18 for Ray Knight. And Ray Knight takes that offering and he hits a sharp liner that drops in front of the left fielder. That will move Bench over to third. With only a run rating of 5, he will not be scoring. But with two, there should be 2 outs there. What happened? A Bench. DeFreitas with a fly ball out. I did something wrong there. I missed a play there. The fly ball to center field. Then the single. There we go. Now I'm straight. So Ray Knight moves Bench over to third as Paul Blair steps up. Blair on the season batted .152 with 2 home runs and 145 plate appearances. In our replay, he's batting .250. 1 for 4. So he has not been up much. So can he bring that run across? His Bench is safely on third. Here's the pitch. It's an in play 11. An in play 11. That's going to be another single. Blair does drive in that run. Can he get 2 in? Nope. That will just be a single. But our game is now tied, and we got runners on first and second. And that'll bring up Mike Lacoste. Batting off the number 5 card. Lacoste steps up. Candelaria, in disgust, brings the pitch. It's an in play 30. It's popped up to third base. Phil Garner settling under it easily for out number 3. But we go to the bottom of the second with our game tied 1-1. Lacoste stepping up to the mound as Ed Ott steps up to the plate. Ott during the season batted .273 with 7 home runs. In our replay, he's batting .293 with 7 RBIs and a home run here early in the season. Here's the pitch to Ott. Lacoste, toe in the rubber, brings the pitch. It's an in play 39 for Ed Ott. That's a ground ball to first base. DeFreitas up with it. Steps calmly on the bag for the 3. Unassisted for out number 1. That'll bring Rennie Stennett to the plate. Stennett on the season in 1979 batted .238. No pop to his bat, no home runs. In our replay, he's batting .202 with 6 RBIs, but he did get 1 out of the ballpark as he has a home run on his ledger. As Stennett steps in, Lacoste with the pitch. That's an in play 40. That's a pop-up to short. Concepcion underneath it. Easily for out number 2 for the P6 put out. 2 up, 2 down as Phil Garner steps in. Garner on the 79 season batted .293. Against right-handed pitching, he batted .305. In our replay, he's batting .329 with 14 RBIs and 3 home runs. So Garner's swinging a good bat here in this replay. That's an in play, 37 for Garner against the righty. That will be a pop-up to third. Ray Knight underneath it for a 3-up, 3-down inning for Lacoste as we go to the top of the third with our game tied 1-1. Ken Griffey up to the plate for the Reds. Griffey, his first time up, grounded out to third. Here's the pitch from Candelaria. It's an end play, 84. There'll be a ground ball to second. Rennie Stennett up with it, over to first for the 4-3 put out, and out number 1 as Griffey has a seat. Junior Kennedy stepping to the plate. Candelaria toeing the rubber. Kennedy digging in. Here's the pitch. It's an in play, 96. Fly ball to left field. Bill Robinson ranging underneath it. Gets under it easily for the F7 put out, for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. As Dave Concepcion steps to the plate. Here's the pitch to Concepcion Candelaria with the windup and the delivery. It's a patient 30 for Dave Concepcion. That's a base on ball as he gets the free pass and he walks down to first. And we have a runner on with 2 outs here in the top of the third. And George Foster stepping to the plate. Foster, his last time up, flew out to right field. See if he can get a run across here as he's got Concepcion standing on first. Foster digs in, the pitch from Candelaria. That's an in play, 52. That's a ground ball to third. Garner up with it over to first for the 5-3 put out. That ends the inning with a 1 hit, 1 left on. Now 1 walk, No hits, 1 left on. And we go to the bottom of the third with our game tied 1-1. Mike Lacoste pitching well, as is Candelaria. Candelaria steps to the plate, hitting off the number 5 hitter's card. Not the greatest hitting card. But here we go. Here's the pitch to Candelaria. Lacoste brings the pitch. That's a patient 46. It'll be a ground ball to third. Ray Knight up with it over to first for the 5-3 put out, and out number 1. That will bring Omar Marino to the plate. Marino digging in. Lacoste toe under rubber. He goes to the belt. Here's the pitch. That'll be a defensive check. This time it may be trouble. That is a low number. It's going to be a range check on the third baseman. The third baseman is Knight, who has a range of D. His range is 1 to 57. It's a hit, and that's a 17. So it will be a hit, and it will be a double that gets down the line and into the corner before Foster can get it in. Marino, who has good speed, is standing on second. That will bring Tim Foley to the plate with a runner on second. Mike Lacoste looking to end this inning, get out of this troubled spot with a runner on second. Foley to the plate. Another defensive check at the roll of 11, and it is a 22. That could spell trouble once again. Again, it's an error check on the third baseman. Again, another error by Ray Knight. Back-to-back errors. And I didn't score that right a while ago. I gotta score that at E5. Uh-oh. I think my program is getting ready to crash. That's not good news. Had an error come up. Yep, I was afraid of that. Let's bring it back up. Hopefully we'll be where we need to be. At the mercy of computer programs. Hope it has kept it. It has not. Oh, I'm wrong. I'm on the wrong day. Here we go. Oh, good. We are resuming. And a back Marino out because he reached on an error. That was the problem. I didn't score it right. That was an E, third baseman. I got things all screwed up. I got all the way back to the third, to the top of the third. I believe that was a 5-3. Candelaria. I'm not sure what. I know he was an out. Marino. Here we go. There's an error on the third baseman. Batter. All right, there we go. Now Foley's up. And we had another error that was, again, on the third baseman. This time, it's a single base error. Another E5, so two back-to-back errors on Ray Knight, and we have runners on the corners. Dave Parker stepping to the plate. Sorry for that confusion and that little bit of delay. Here is the pitch to Parker. It's a patient 0-3, and that will be a free pass to Parker. And our bases are loaded as Milner steps up with loaded bases. As I've heard some of our, I believe it might be, well, I can't remember which one of the guys talks about them dripping. They are dripping. Maybe Kurt Berglund. All right, that's a ballpark 25 in Three Rivers Stadium. That is a wheelhouse. So we got a wheelhouse opportunity for Milner against a righty, 1-38, and this thing is out of here, and this game's going to get out of control real quick. That's a 69. He does get up underneath it. It's an F8, but that will score Marino from third as he's hit it deep into center field with the wheelhouse hit. So that's a sacrifice fly to center field. And that will score Marino. As Bill Robinson steps to the plate. And our game now 2-1. Pittsburgh. Here's the pitch to Robinson. Tough. 81. It's a fly ball to center field for the F8 put out. Blair underneath it for out number 3. And that will close out our inning, but not before a run come across to make our score 2-1 Pittsburgh. Stepping to the plate for the Reds, Johnny Bench, one of the best catchers to ever play the game. I believe in '79 he was a 32-year-old catcher, getting a little later in his career, but still very serviceable. As Bench steps in, Candelaria deals. Here's the pitch. It's going to be an in play. 65. Be a ground ball to second. Stand it up with it over to first for the 4-3 put out. Arturo De Freitas steps to the plate. De Freitas, his last time up, flew out to center field. Base is empty, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Arturo. Not the best bat on the team, but this is a wheelhouse 0-3 for Arturo. There is no chance for a home run, but he does lace one that splits the gap in center field, and he's standing on second with 1 out. Arturo makes good use of his bat, and that time up as Ray Knight now steps to the plate with no chance for a double play with De Freitas on second. Here's the pitch from Candelaria. That's a patient 79. It's a fly ball to center field, which will hold De Freitas on second. Is not hit deep enough for our second out, and the F8 put out by Omar Marino. That'll bring Paul Blair to the plate. Paul Blair looking to get something going here. Not the best bats in the bottom of the lineup as I drop my knife. Where'd you go? One moment. Right at my feet. Didn't even see it. Here's the pitch from Candelaria. It's in play, 50. Deep fly ball to right field. Parker going back to the warning track, but underneath it easily for out number 3. And we go to the bottom of the 4th with the Pirates leading 2-1. It's been a pitcher's duel so far as Lacoste steps to the mound. Ed Ott stepping to the plate. Here's the pitch to Ott. It's an in play, 66. It's a ground ball, too short. Concepcion up with it, over to first for the 6-3 put out as Ed Ott goes back to the dugout. Rennie Stennett steps to the plate. Here's the pitch to Stennett. It's an in play, 75. It's a fly ball to center field. Blair settles underneath it. 2 up, 2 down. As Phil Garner steps to the plate. Garner swinging the bat well so far early in this season, in this replay, but can he get a hit against Lacoste? Here's the pitch. It's a patient 55. And that's a fly ball to right field. Ken Griffey settles under it. 3 up, 3 down as we go to the top of the 5th. Both pitchers pitching well. Candelaria facing his counterpart as Lacoste steps to the plate to lead off the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. It's an in play, 89. Grounded to short. Tim Foley up with it, over to first for the 6-3 put out. For out number 1, Ken Griffey. Where are you, Ken Griffey? There you are. Ken Griffey stepping to the plate. Here's the pitch to Griffey. Candelaria digging in. It's a tough 31 to Griffey. The left-hander struck him out. If it had been a right-hander, that would have been a double, or a single, excuse me. But the left-hander struck him out. Junior Kennedy stepping to the plate. Here's the pitch from Candelaria. That's an in play, 96. Fly ball, left field, hit deeply to the warning track. Robinson underneath it for the F7 put out, and out number 3. And we go to the bottom of the 5th with the Pirates still up. 2-1, excuse me. And Phil Garner, John Candelaria leading off the bottom half of the 5th. Both pitchers leading off this inning as the pitch comes from Lacoste. That's a patient 30. And Candelaria gets Wood on ball, and he has a leadoff single to help his cause here in the bottom of the 5th. And I'll bring Omar Marino back up to the plate. Here's the pitch to Marino. Lacoste to the belt. One runner on. Here's the pitch. It will be an in play, 59. It's a fly ball to left field that will hold Candelaria. We're not going to send our pitcher sprinting around the base paths. For 1 out, as Tim Foley steps to the plate. Candelaria on first. Lacoste to the belt. Here's the pitch. That's an in play, 39. That's grounded to third. And they will turn the 5-4-3 double play, and we're out of this inning. We go to the 6th with Pirates up 2-1 on a great double play turn by the Cincinnati Reds. Candelaria still pitching well. He can go into the 8th before he is fatigued, and he is so far only allowed 1 run across. As Dave Concepcion steps in, Candelaria with the pitch. That's a patient 69. That's a ground ball to second. Stented up with it over to first for the 4-3 put out, and out number 1 as George Foster steps in. Foster stepping to the plate, hoping to get something going here in the 6th. That's an in play, 60. That's a fly ball to right field. Dave Parker ranging in underneath it as it's hit short. He is able to get underneath it for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down as Johnny Bench steps in. Here's the pitch from Candelaria to Bench. That's a wheelhouse to Johnny Bench, but the 70 is way too high. Well, whoa, that's not way too high. He's a 68 on a single, but the 70 will have him grounding out to second. Rennie Stennett up with it over to first for the 4-3 put out. That's 3 up, 3 down as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Our score still 2-1 Pittsburgh. Lacoste is only allowed 2 runs. He could go this full game as he's into the 7th. Here we go. Pitch to Parker. That's an in play, 10 to Dave Parker, and he leads off with a double. Dave Parker leads off the bottom of the 6th with a double, and he's standing on second, hoping to get something going here in the bottom of the 6th to get some more runs across for some assurance here for the Pirates. As John Milner steps up, Parker takes a short lead off. Here's the pitch. That's a tough 86. That's a ground ball to second that will move Parker over to third as he had the 4-3 put out. But that'll move Parker over to third with 1 out, and Bill Robinson stepping to the plate. Here's the pitch to Robinson. Dave Parker looks to get home. That's a tough 98. That's a fly ball to left field. I believe, according to my charts, any tough, all runners will hold. So he will not be able to advance. It's not hit deep enough to score him from third. That'll bring Ed Ott up to the plate, hoping to not leave Dave Parker stranded over there on third. Here's the pitch to Ott. Can he get him across? That's a tough 45, and he strikes him out to end the inning. We strand Parker on third as we go to the seventh. It's still 2-1. It's Candelaria still on the mound as he's got the bottom of the lineup for the Pirates. DeFreitas to the plate. Here's the pitch. That's a ballpark 64. That will be a wheelhouse for Arturo. Again for Arturo. And that's a wheelhouse 39 for Arturo against a lefty. Unfortunately, that's going to be a pop-up 2-second. Rennie Stennett with the easy play as he got him to get underneath the ball and pop it up to second. Ray Knight steps up. Here's the pitch from Candelaria. Ray Knight stepping in. That's an in play 0-4 from Ray Knight, and that will be a 1-out double by Ray Knight as he hits it sharply. Looping liner to right field as he's safely on second with a 1-out double. And putting a runner in scoring position as Paul Blair steps up. Here's the pitch to Blair. It's an in play 45 to Blair. It's a ground ball to third. Unfortunately, the ground ball to third will hold Knight on second. Whoops. And he will not advance as he held him with a little glance over to second. That'll bring Lacoste up. He will not be hitting here. That's going to be it for today for Lacoste, as we're going to bring in a pinch hitter in this situation, going against a lefty. Let's see who we want to bring in here. Do we want to bring in Morgan, or do we want to bring in the switch hitting Collins? Morgan's against righties. Yeah, well, this is a lefty, excuse me. Vic Correll. No. Oh, who do I bring in here? Collins against. Yeah, Collins is the best bet. Collins will come in, batting .317 against left-handed pitching. So Collins steps in. Collins on the season batted .318 with 3 home runs and 396 at bats. During this replay, he's batting .111 with only 9 at bats and 1 hit. So he struggled some. So let's see if he can get something going here as Collins steps in. He's got a runner on second. It's an in play 68, and he will not, as he grounds it too short. Foley up with it over to first for the 6-3 put out, and we go to the bottom of the 7th with Pittsburgh up still 2-1, and we need a new pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds. He's going to be facing a righty, and the pitcher. So I need a right-hander. Let's bring in Pedro Bourbon. The others are fatigued and not suggested, so we're going to bring Pedro in. Bourbon to pitch. As he comes in set to pitch, Rennie Stennett steps in. Here's the pitch from Bourbon. That is a patient 75. That's a fly ball to center field. Paul Blair underneath it for the F8 putout. And out number 1. Phil Garner stepping to the plate. I think if I get Garner on, I will pinch hit for Candelaria. But if he's not on, I'm going to go ahead and let Candelaria continue on. That's an in play, 64. That's a ground ball to second. Kennedy up with it. Over to first. For the 4-3 putout. That'll bring the pitcher up. And I'm going to continue to leave him in. He's pitching well. He's only allowed 1 run across. Here's a pitch from Bourbon. It's a tough 64, and he struck him out. As we go to the 8th. Pittsburgh still up 2-1. Can Cincinnati get something going this inning as they have the top of their lineup as Candelaria steps in? Griffey coming to the plate. Candelaria beginning to feel the heat a little bit as it's only a 1-run lead. Here's the pitch. That's a tough 81, and the tough 81 will be a fly ball to center field. The ranging, no, that's not what I wanted. That's not correct. We need a fly ball to center field for out number 1, not a strikeout. There we go. That will bring Kennedy to the plate. Junior Kennedy stepping up. Kennedy so far on the day is 1 for 3. He singled his first time up, flew out his last 2 appearances. Here's the pitch to Kennedy. That's a ballpark 28, so that will be a wheelhouse for Kennedy. But that wheelhouse 86 done him in as he grounded it to short. He got on top of the ball and beat it into the ground. Hit it to Foley at short. Over to first for the 6-3 putout. For out number 2, Dave Concepcion steps to the plate. Here's the pitch from Concepcion to Concepcion. Candelaria with the pitch. That's a ballpark 43 again. That will be a wheelhouse for Concepcion. Candelaria has been flirting with disaster. Will it finally get him? And it is a 23. It is from the left side, and that will be a double by Concepcion as he bangs it off the center field wall for a 2-out double by Concepcion, putting himself in scoring position as Candelaria is now starting to sweat a little bit as George Foster steps to the plate. George Foster can put one into the seats very easily. Here's the pitch. That's an in play, 59. That's a fly ball into right field. It's not hit deep enough, though, as Dave Parker squeezes it to take us to the bottom of the 8th. With the Pirates still leading 2-1 in this tight game between these two good teams. As Omar Marino steps to the plate for the Pirates, leading off the bottom of the 8th. Reno stepping up. Bourbon, delivers. That's an in play, 53. That's a ground ball to third. Ray Knight up with it. Over to first for the 5-3 putout for out number 1. That'll bring Tim Foley to the plate. That's Foley to the plate. Here's the pitch. Bourbon delivers. That's an in play. 16 for Foley. From the right-hander, that's a one-out single by Foley as he's on first with one out. And Dave Parker stepping up. The big man, Dave Parker. The big man, I think they nicknamed him the Cobra. The Parker steps up. They're in double play depth. Here's the pitch. But Parker does not easily hit in to double plays as he's only a 5. Here's the pitch to Parker. That's an in play, 27 for Parker. And he hits a single that is opposite field. Runner on the first will advance 2 bases as that's a single plus for Parker as Foley makes it down to third. With one out, we have runners on the corner and John Milner coming to the plate. John Milner digs in. Bourbon goes to the belt. Here's the pitch. Can they swing a double play? They will not be able to. That's a ballpark 82. A left-handed batter. That will be a wheelhouse check for John Milner, 1-38, and it's a home run. No, 1-40. Yeah, 1-38. And it is a 67. He gets him to lift it into, well, he gets him to ground it to short. And they will get the lead runner. For a 6-4 putout, but we still have runners on the corners, and that will score Parker as Bill Robinson steps to the plate. Robinson to the plate. Pirates now lead 3-1. Here's the pitch to Robinson from Bourbon. That's a defensive check. 56. That could be trouble. It is a defensive check on the second baseman this time. The second baseman is Kennedy. Where you at, Junior? He is a 3. 1-36 is an error. He will make the play for the 4-3 putout to end the inning, and we go to the top of the 9th with the Pirates up 3-1, and Candelaria looking to close out a complete game. He's only allowed 1 run across on a 7-hitter, and Bench coming up to the plate. Candelaria digging in. Here's the pitch. That's a ballpark 10. That is going to be a wheelhouse for Johnny Bench. It's a wheelhouse 53, and Johnny Bench is taking that pitch and he's deposited in the left field seats for a leadoff home run, and that's going to be it for Candelaria as they want to bring in some pitching for Candelaria, as this game is now 3-2. They'll bring in, will they bring in Tovey or, yeah, it's going to be Kent Tovey to face a slew of right-handers. Coley comes in with a 2.75 ERA in 79. In this replay, Colby Is pitched 26 innings, allowed 33 hits, 2 home runs. He's got a whip of 1.5 and an ERA 4.85. Not the best pitching so far in the season. But here we are, and here we go. Leadoff home run has brought this game to 3-2 as DeFrida steps in, and I missed. Drop the die once again. There it is. Let's roll that one more time as I missed. That's an in play. 12 from Arturo against a righty. That will be a single as it's getting interesting here. As he singles and no out so far. We got a runner on first. And Ray Knight stepping up. Ray Knight can hit into a double play. Anything 8 and under, and it's going to be a chance. And it won't. It's a 9. That's a tough 58. And that's a fly ball to right field for the F9 put out. Out number 1. So Ray Knight sits down. That'll bring Paul Blair up. And we're going to pinch hit for Blair. He can't hit the water falling out of a boat. So who will we bring in for Blair? Against a righty. I think Driesen will be a good choice. If I can find my... There they are. Yeah, Dan Driesen coming in to pinch hit. See if he can get something done. Driesen steps to the plate to Colby. Into the windup. Looking over at DeFreitas. Here's the pitch. That's a patient 26. And he walks him. So Colby's coming in and yakking it up so far. 1 out. Runners on first and second. That'll bring Bourbon up. And we're going to need a pinch hitter for Bourbon. And this time we'll bring in Old Man Joe. Or will it be Correll against a righty? It's 264. And Joe is 254. Make Joe's card a little better. Joe Morgan, Old Man Joe. He wasn't that old, he was 36. It's pretty young from my viewpoint at 55. Well, I'm not 55 yet, that'll be next month. Here's the pitch from Colby. That's a tough 82. It's a fly ball to center field. Marino underneath it for out number 2. And that tough call will not allow the runner to advance, as now Griffey steps back up with 2 on and 2 outs. Score 3-2. The tension is stick in the air here in Three Rivers Stadium as the nerves of the people are getting behind to Colby. That's a tough 47 to Ken Griffey from a right-handed pitcher, and He pops it. No, he grounds it to third. Garner up with it over to first for the 5-3 put out. And that is our game. John Candelaria will get the victory. He goes to 5-0 on the season. And Kent DeColby with his fourth save. Mike Lacoste drops to 1-4 early in this season. And that will be our game, folks, here from Three Rivers Stadium. As the Pirates win 3-2. So go ahead and autoplay the rest of it out. The Mets against San Diego. San Diego takes that one 8-0 over the New York Mets. Philadelphia Phillies, San Francisco Giants. And that's Philly over San Francisco in 11, 3-2. And then Atlanta, St. Louis, the 5-25 Atlanta Braves. My goodness. And that will be the 5-26 Atlanta Braves, who lost 3-2 in 11. Let's look at the replay daily just to recap and see what actually went on today. Carl Yastrzemski says went RBI mad as he drove in 7 runs on 2 hits. That lifted Boston to a 15-5 victory over the A's. Mike Schmidt had the play of the day. Top of the 11th, Philadelphia batting, the bases empty with 2 outs and the game tied. And Schmidt hits a solo home run and wins the day for the Phillies. Our standings so far, and I'm pretty happy with where I have the Pirates after 29 games played. They're 21-8 with a 2-game lead in the National League East and sitting pretty good right now. The pitching has been lights out for the Pirates. Just have got good pitching. There's been good defensive efforts by the Pirates this whole time. As the game previous, they had 6. They turned 6 double plays, which was pretty outstanding. But that is the game for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to give God